Hey guys, thanks for tuning in on this ongoing showcase of Accele Electronics Part 2. And we're going to switch gears from a mobile video to a very huge category, an acronym that's probably the biggest acronym so far this week on Industry Week, and that is ADAS, Collision Avoidance. Let's get Christian on with us again. Christian, I'm going to be the first to admit, because I'm scared to admit when I don't know something. I didn't even know Accele Electronics was involved with ADAS solutions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been doing that for quite some time. Actually, probably as early as the early 2000s, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah, a long
Where have
time.
I been? Jeez.
I know. Yeah, it was kind of a lot of this was kind of buried into our Accele custom category and also into our security, because we had no real place to put it. That really wasn't a whole category, so we had it in our security category. We started with our backup sensors, our BU500. We sold that to Renault OE in South America, probably 2001, 2002.
So you did some OE business as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that piece, very, very successful. In fact, that's still, we'll talk about that piece in a little bit. That's still one of our great pieces. It's been around for a long time. But we did that. We had, backup cameras, and we were kind of ahead of the curve. We had this expedition with, I don't know if people remember, but we literally had a satellite on it, for direct TV, like a important mobile satellite.
Gosh.
We had, probably like 30 screens in this thing, and pinhole cams. We had, we're carving out the locks and dropping in cams. And so we kind of, we already had side cams. We were ready to go.
I'm going to, just assume that there are multiple brands that cover the ADAS category within the Accele Electronics hierarchy.
Yep. Our primary brand now is Optics 360. Full scope. We're barely going to touch what we have. In fact, I know we have a lot on there on our notes to hit, but we're not even going to hit every single SKU possible. I'm going to target on the highlights. We have Optics 360, which covers most everything. We also have Accent. I discussed in the previous session, and I've discussed before, Accent is where we essentially rebrand products from our existing brands. We drop it into Accent. We offer a 3-year warranty, and it becomes more of a premium piece. And then last year we launched a line called Meerkat, which isn't just for cameras. It's actually, it's a bunch, but it's kind of go after some internet business and give some of the dealers a little loss leader item that they can, draw people in. And I mean, obviously our whole intent is to draw people on a Meerkat and then say, hey,
by the way,
look at Optics 360. This is a much better product. But actually, again, like I've discussed from the top down, we won't sell anything that we won't put our name on.
So help me connect the dots. Accele Electronics, Accele Vision, Optics 360.
Mm-hmm. Optics 360.
How did that come
about? Again, they all kind of, the big bang was Accele Custom when we first started doing screens and cameras, right? And then it just, we had to blow it up. But we had everything under Accele Custom, which was just too confusing for the dealer. You had to make things categorized and then make it easier. Again, offering good, better, best, and really narrowing down once the SKU count became so big. So we decided that, maybe 10, 15 years ago, said, okay, let's just pull. We had all these cameras that people didn't know we had, like you said. We're like, we need to really reintroduce this. And the best way to do it was just, create a brand, throw it under there, and then really start developing it. And once we even put those cameras in that category and started moving and then pulling in our backup sensors and later blind spot sensors, et cetera, I mean, that whole category and brand just exploded. We've been really successful with it.
Well, let's get right into some product. How about we start with some sensors, I guess?
Yeah. So we can start with there. She is the BU500. So again, this was OE Renault in South America for many years back in the early 2000s. It's a 4-sensor kit. It's ultrasonic. So, essentially it's going to give you about a 5-foot range. I think it start counting it down for you as you get closer to the product. Funny point is the girl in that picture is actually my niece, and I think she just graduated from, she's graduating this year or just did graduate from college. So that tells you how.
Hold on a second. That's your niece?
Yeah, yeah,
You,
yeah,
you exploit your family into your catalog?
yeah.
No, just kidding.
It was a bad day. I almost hit her.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
thank God we had those sensors on the truck. Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, zip over to the next page. Yeah, perfect. And again, just don't forget, back to what we talked about earlier. On all these items, we're going to have displays we'll talk about.
I was trying to get to this sensor display here so they can
Yeah.
see. There you go.
hmm Yep. And again, under Optics 360, we can do it under Accent if you want to put it in a dealership. But it's great. Beeps as you walk up and kind of lets people know that they can still do that and add that to a vehicle. It's a great piece. But
Very, very
again,
cool.
4-sensor sonar kit. It's just rock solid.
All right.
We also really quick offer a longer extension kit if you're doing trucks. But you have to order that. It's important that people understand on all of our ultrasonic sensors, you can't cut them. People are like, "Oh, just extend the wires." I'm like, no, you can't do
Oh,
that.
you can't splice into them?
No, not on the sensors. You're going to change the frequency on it. So
Oh,
yeah, no bueno, amigo. So
no bueno.
yeah, so just order it with the L. They have it in stock up in Canada, and save yourself some time and hassle. And we also offer a 6-sensor kit, which is going to give you 4 sensors in the back, 2 in the front, and it's a quick software. So when you're parking and you have a longer hood, you're able to see that.
And so many vehicles don't have that. And
Yeah,
especially you live in the city where you got a parallel park. Man,
yeah.
Blind spot detection obviously is a huge category. What is the answer do you have for that category?
Yeah, we have 2. Again, ultrasonic and microwave. They're both really good technologies. I don't know if a lot of people I get asked a lot what the difference is between the 2 technologies. So ultrasonic is basically just a sound wave. You're pinging it out and waiting for it to hit a hard surface and bounce back, right? And then radar is more objects in motions, microwave radar sensors. You're looking for mass in motion, essentially, right? What I like to give people is an idea is ultrasonic, again, you're just pinging, waiting for a response. If I filled my entire office with smoke, the microwave's just waiting for that smoke to change, to see mass moving through. But it's really it's radar. We're talking about German army boats. That's how old the technology is. We just tweaked it a little bit.
I like the little indicators. They're kind of slick.
Yep, both of them. So this is
you can put them outside.
You can put them outside. This is the BSS 200. This is our ultrasonic kit. You get 2 blind spot sensors go in the rear corner panels, and then you have 2 illuminating indicators that go on the right. The thing I like most about this, number one, I love this technology because some people get a little overzealous, or they complain about there being a false alarm. On the ultrasonic, there's really no false alarm. I mean, it's telling you something's there. You just don't really care. You know what I mean? You don't want to know it's there, but really at the end of the day, it's going to ping something out, right? It's going to ping. And if there's something within 7 to 10 feet, it's going to bounce back and tell you. It's going to give you a visual. If your blinker's on, it's going to give you an audible. So, I'd rather tell you that there was something there that you didn't care about than the other way around, right?
Right.
Not tell you, and then it was something you really needed to see. So
what about mounting brackets for the sensors? How does that work?
Yeah, we have some spacers that you can use, but they have a little rubberized kind of, I guess, it's like little on the gasket when you push it in. It kind of gives it a little buffer.
Right.
Yep. People ask whether you can do these in the drill-ins and metal bumpers. Same with the BSS 500. Will they just do polyurethane? Will they do metal? Both will do metal. It's tricky because metal is going to create on ultrasonic. Yeah. It creates a sound field, right? When it vibrates. So you can't have it too tight. I mean, that's the thing. You kind of have to burrow it out a little more, make it a little looser, or use one of our kind of, grommet angle irons.
Okay. So that's the answer for the
ultrasonic version.
Ultrasonic version of the blind spot detection.
Yeah. All right. Now we go on to our BSS 500, right? And I don't know if I put a link into the BSS 500. It's
No.
okay. Our BSS 500 is the microwave radar sensor, right? And that comes with two. Now, again, the cool thing about this is there's no drilling involved, right? So you get two sensors that you're going to put up behind the bumper. Here we go. Perfect. Thank you. Man, you're quick. So that's going to double stick up behind the bumper. You just clean the surface really well. That has a high integrity 3M adhesive on it. If you clean the surface well, it's not coming off. And again, that's going to go right through the poly. This will not work on metal bumpers, but it'll go right through the polyurethane and give you an indication whether someone's there. Now, this one, the software is a little different. This one, again, is looking for an object in motion, particularly that you're unaware of, right? So there's a lot of tricks. So it's going to operate exactly like the OEs are operating, but it's really looking for something that's moving into your field as opposed to something that's already there.
How does this sensor deal with the speed of the vehicle?
5 miles per hour. I think you're over 5 miles per hour is when it turns on. That's a really good question. On our ultrasonic kits, we eliminate that entirely, right? But radar, again, it's important that you understand it's looking for an object that is in motion relative to you. So you kind of have to have motion to indicate that as well. So that's why we tagged it at 5 miles per hour. If that weren't the case, I would have no miles per hour. I know some of our competitors won't kick on till 10, 15 miles per hour.
I would say 10 is the kind of the average that I've heard so far.
Yeah, I mean,
so far.
I want to know. I want to know if something's there all the time. I mean, half the time, people do the stoplight. They kind of come up on you a little bit and they hang back, and you just forget they're there, or you don't see them. I mean, drivers are completely unaware of the blind spot, so other drivers are. So I think it's. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the mile per hour cutoff.
So do you strongly recommend one technology over the other?
They're both really good. If you don't want to drill holes, do the microwave. And our kit is it's foolproof. It also works on a different frequency. If you can go back to that.
Yep.
Go into the specs. Drop down. Right. So ours operates on 79 gigahertz as opposed to 24, which is, essentially it's a much more active frequency. So the cool part about the BSS 500, there's three different cool parts. We're able to redesign it and deliver it for 30% less than the rest of our competitors. That's number one. So the cost is dropped significantly. It's 30% more accurate, and because the sensors are so small, there's no mounting pods you have to do. You can actually reach up and clean it. The installation ends up being about 30% quicker. So for installation purposes, if you want to use that and you don't want to drill a hole, I highly recommend the BSS 500. For just if you don't mind drilling holes in a bumper, ultrasonic's great. It's foolproof. If there's something there, it's going to let you know. That's it. So.
I guess that depends on the customer. You have to be able to offer those two options and explain why and what the differences are.
Correct.
All right. Let's jump to this right here.
Yeah. So, and of course, if the blind spot isn't enough, give them a look, right? So this is our TLP 150 jumping into cameras. I love this piece. We have a good, better, best scenario. So we offer the TLP 150. We offer the TLP 150L, and then we're reintroducing the TLP 150 HD. This is a basic camera. It's going to give you, I think, 140-degree viewing image. The most important
120. Yeah.
The most important thing about this, and all of them will give you two different trigger wires as well, so you can have parking lines, eliminate parking lines. On this one, you can have standard image, so you can put it in the front, or you can cut the loop and it'll give you reverse. So it's very flexible. And also we offer 3 different mounts, which is, pretty paramount today, because you don't want to have too many cameras on the shelf. This is pretty much going to do it all, right? So we have our plate cam, which is a tag style. Difference between our tag style and everybody else's, you can see this kind of elongated up on the brackets on either side. And you'll see there's kind of behind there, it's open, right? It's like a keyhole slot over to the right.
Right.
So on ours, you can actually just loosen the plate, drop it in, slide it over, and tighten it. You don't have to
Oh,
remove the
okay. You
plate.
don't. You sort of see this left. You look above the B
Correct.
of February.
Yeah,
There's an
exactly.
opening right there. I
Yep.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah,
Drop in.
it's really easy. So you don't have to take off the plate. Really small DIN plug wire. It also comes with a flush mount, right? So you actually take that round camera right out of that plate bracket, and there's a flush mount bracket, and then there's a surface mount bracket that it also comes with. So all in one box every time you buy it, and that's at a really, really affordable cost. Both Importel and B&B have that at a really, really reasonable price.
Is it ice proof though?
Is it ice proof?
I have to ask because
Yeah,
my
I
you know how
know,
many
I
times
know.
I have to
Yeah,
chip away at the lens of my cameras.
really. Yeah, I
Well, you're in
haven't heard.
Cali, man. You have no
Yeah.
idea.
I grew up in New England. That's not fair.
Did you? All right,
Yeah,
fair
I
enough.
did.
Fair
I
enough.
grew
I
up
take
in
it back.
Boston.
I'll retract that. I'll retract
I've
that.
shoveled a lot of snow.
All right.
Yeah, and then I came out to California and I shovel a lot of something else. All right.
Stuff. There you go. Here's another style.
Yeah, great piece. Another really good go-to piece. Again, it's the resolution on this. It's the versatility. So obviously you're going to drill a hole. You're going to drop that in. There's retainer clips up underneath that cam that it punches in. It just gives you a really, really nice OE flush looking camera. So besides that, you get 420 lines of resolution. I think you get 160 plus degree viewing angle. I think it's 170, to be honest with you. It is an amazing camera. Really, really.
I think that's a typo. It says 107. I think it's supposed to say 170.
It is supposed to say 170. We're pretty
good. Let the webmaster know. Let the webmaster know.
I'm going to. Someone's fired. Write him up.
IP67. There you go.
It's a great, great piece. Metal, and once you hold it, just the weight of it, it's not a plastic cam.
It's very OE looking.
Little die cast metal. It's a really, really great piece.
What about on the commercial side of things? Any solutions?
A ton. Really quick, back to this really fast. This one, we'll do top down or bottom up. Okay. So right, you just cut a loop. So if you want to put it under the underneath the trunk latch, you can do that, or you can put it on top like a Sprinter van and it'll shoot down. It's a very versatile cam.
And that'll catch your hitch if you want to, put it on the hitch or whatnot.
Yep. And we do side cams too, in the same series. So it's RVC 1150R, and that'll do both. You cut the loop, it does the left-hand side. You put it back together, it does the right-hand side. And so it goes right. And a lot of people use those for side cams.
Cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, commercial solutions.
Commercial, a ton. Man, let me zoom down. So yeah, the 1600. We have a lot of solutions. Take some time. We actually have a category on the website that'll lead you to commercial type vans and cameras and everything we offer for that. I think a little later we're going to jump into some DVRs, et cetera, et cetera. But this is one nice, simple solution. It's a small cam. It's kind of similar size to most of the square, square type cube cams that you're already installing. Maybe like an 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch at most. But we encased it in a nice little bracket that you can butt up next to a third brake light, as opposed to trying to swap that out and get a little more adjustability. Sometimes those third brake lights aren't going exactly where you need them. This one does, but it'll give you the protection that you need on some of those vehicles when you're, because they're getting power washed, man. It's not like, they're seeing the elements. Right. Yeah. So you really got to protect them when they're up there. That is a dynamite cam. Again, great, really good viewing angle, great resolution, has built-in IR.
This one is nice. Minus 30 degrees. It works, guys. Minus 30 rated.
That good?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Right. That's like, a balmy February day.
You guys are in shorts. Yeah.
Awesome. For sure.
Yeah.
All right. What are we going to? We got more commercial solutions here. I'm going to go ahead and put that up.
I think we're on to the LCD. Yeah. So this is relatively new for us. The cool thing about this is it's wireless. It's a wireless kit. You can buy the screen separate if you want to. You can buy the cam separate. But the initial wireless kit comes with one wireless cam, obviously with a rechargeable battery.
Mm,
But it's a full metal housed, durable industrial camera with IR. It's a CCD, so the sensor, the picture quality is outstanding. And really the transfer rate, everything that we have, just the frequency that we're transmitting it on is solid, and the picture quality really comes through. So again, you can have up to 4 different cameras that'll communicate wirelessly to the monitor. The magnetic mount up top, rechargeable, so you'll take that in, you'll power it up, at the house with kind of a 5-volt charger, and then you walk out and just stick it to the back of the trailer. We've done quite a few fleets with this, obviously, because
good fleet
people are,
solution. Good fleet
yeah, because
solution.
people are,
Yeah.
switching trailers, and you just take it out and boom, stick it on the other one, recharge it, take it out, stick it on the next one.
How fast is it to reconnect to the system? Like if I have a bunch of cameras and I don't know which one it is, does it matter? Do you have to
Well, no,
program
but
that ahead of time, or?
yeah, I mean, even if you wanted to, you can just jump on. The learning process is really quick, right? So you're really just kind of hitting a button on the side of the cam and then going out and just asking the screen to go look for it and pair up with it. Mm-hmm.
It's got an IP69 rating on as far as
Yeah.
waterproof is concerned.
Yep.
And
yeah,
where is it? Oh, 5 to 9 hours of battery life.
And -20 Celsius. And I'm just going to start targeting.
Yeah, there you see -20 Celsius. Not bad. It's not bad.
it's not bad.
But here's an interesting one: night vision distance of 8 to 10 meters.
Yeah.
Do you even know what a meter is, Chris?
I do. Okay. I've graduated away from the King's foot.
Oh, nice. Well said.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very cool. Anything else you'd like to point out with this particular piece?
Yeah, it's just the picture quality again between the two is amazing. I actually sold one of the first sets to a fleet, and the guy called me back on his spare time. He's like, "Man, that customer was so happy," and I knew that's exactly what he needed. On to the quad, and obviously we have plenty of other RV style cams and screens. So obviously we don't just sell wireless. I wanted to tag in on that one, but we have all the other ones. If you look on this quad, we have a DVR, a screen, and multiple cameras that are all going to work on that 4-pin kind of plug right there. So there's a whole list. Again, get on the website, look at our commercial van section, and you'll see everything that we have to offer. Mm-hmm.
Man, the time is flying. I'm looking at the clock. We got time for one more. How about we put up the taxi piece?
Let's do the quad really quick.
The quad.
You're on it. You have it.
We're on it right here.
This piece is amazing. Man, time does fly fast. This piece is incredible. So it's a quad splitter. You can put 4 cameras in it. Each individual input is going to get a trigger. It is a dynamite piece, really one of our #1 sellers. You have full image control within each channel. Means you can go in, you can flip the image, whether the camera's standard or not. You can jump in the software and switch it from standard to reverse. It's really just a dynamite piece. Let's scroll down really fast. We'll skip the taxi cam, and nope. Well, we're going to do DVRs there. Oh, that's good. Okay. Let's do a RVM 360 really fast.
RVM 360.
Very bottom, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
You have about 45 seconds to spiel this one. I apologize, but that's where we're at.
Let's do it. So the RVM 360. So obviously all these cameras are great, but you need a way to view them. Right. So we have multiple mirrors, which plenty of you, I'm sure, have already used. Multiple screens. Jump on the site for Optics 360. You'll be able to see all those. This is one of our. We introduced it, I think, about two or 3 years ago. It's a great seller. It's a full DVR. You see at the bottom, it has a 360-degree lens that allows you to see not just the cockpit, the passenger, but the road. Right. So if anything occurs, you'll be able to see it. It also comes with an additional cam that you can go in the back, and it records all of it full time. It's just a really, really great piece. We've had a lot of luck with that for taxi drivers, Uber drivers, fleet drivers, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, man, that is a compact piece to do all that with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very
dynamite
nice
piece.
All right. Christian, part 2 done. We're going to have to jump off and jump on again. What's the next session on?
The next session, we're going to do a little reverse. We were going to do Bueller, but we're going to do Bueller last, and we'll have a nice guest with that. But we're going to jump on to safety, security, comfort. We will dip in some DVRs, which is important. because that's really part of this category as well. So we'll throw that into security. So stick around, and
All right,
and we'll dive in deeper.
More of Christian Way and Accele Electronics on the way. Thanks, Christian. Part 2 done. Don't you dare go away. We got a lot more Accele Electronics, a lot more learning to get on. I'm your host, Ben Wu, for CMA Industry Week. Until next time, we connect.